6 p.m. now on ESPNU. It'll be the first time both teams have been ranked in the top 10 and have met each other, so it'll be the 49th meeting between the teams. Coach.
Well, tough game here ahead against University of Louisville. They have an outstanding basketball team this season, and we're looking forward to having a chance to go see how we stack up and how much progress we've made over the last couple of weeks. So ought to be a really good game and tough matchup for us, and we'll have to work hard to earn a victory at Louisville.
These games have been kind of one-sided. It seems odd for where the programs are and the rivalry. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I don't really have an explanation for that. It's been surprising to me. 3 years ago, I think Louisville had a lot of injuries, and they had really gotten after us for several years, and I think our players were extremely motivated for that. But I think that had a lot to do with some personnel issues they had with injuries and things like that. So we had a real good day. The next year, we weren't very focused going in, and last year I was surprised at that too, because they had a really good team last year too. So there's really no explanation for that. I certainly hope it's not that way this year. If we're on the losing end, I can tell you that. So I would suspect this is going to be a real tough game, a real competitive game, and we will certainly be trying to prepare today and tomorrow for Louisville to play their best, and I'm sure they're doing the same thing.
Jeff said he's hoping the trend continues, that the home team wins
Yeah.
by 20-plus points. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I just would disagree with him on that one. I hope the home team doesn't do that, and I would feel the same way if I were him. So I just think that's real unusual how the games have gone, and I would think this is going to be a really tough game. It's going to be real tough for us to win, and it should. You're playing a top 10 team on their home court. They'll have a great crowd there. Should be a great atmosphere. So we will have to work hard to earn this victory.
Are they uniquely suited to kind of combat what you guys do? They have a really good point guard. They have seemingly a lot of depth, a lot of players that play double-digit minutes.
Yeah, I just have so much respect for how they prepare for a game. They really, I think, do a great job of identifying what they think are your weaknesses, and they put a lot of pressure on you in those areas. They really do a fantastic job of preparing for games. And so what we will really have to get over there and do is be tremendously focused and try to stick to what we want to do and try to stay as close to our identity of what we do well, and you can't get rattled. I thought we really got rattled over there 2 years ago. I thought the good play of Louisville really got their crowd into it and discouraged us, and that's a recipe for disaster. You really have to stay strong, stay steady, try to make some plays early so you can take the crowd out of it. But they are as good at preparing for a game as anybody will play.
The last 3 or 4 times when it's been so lopsided, it seems like hustle points make such a big difference on whoever one's side. I mean, is that something you're emphasizing this week?
Well, I think that for us certainly, and I'm sure for them too, energy is very important. And the last 3 games, I think you've seen the more energetic team win. So I don't know that that's different from any game we're involved in. That's such a big part of what we do, and what success we've had has been because kids have shown up at the gym every day and worked really hard and played with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of effort. So that'll be real key for us on Sunday.
The kids who are juniors now were freshmen the year that they lost. You guys lost so badly there. Does that stick with them, or have you heard any of them mentioning that?
I don't know. We have been in such a focused frame of mind of trying to get our team ready. Trying to get our team to improve. And we've been so focused on those specific things that it's going to take to get that done. So there hasn't been a whole lot of talk about the past with this team because we're so focused on what we're trying to do right now. So I think every team is different. I think this, as a coach, you need to try to gauge what your team needs. 3 years ago, that was a veteran group that kind of understood that Louisville had won 4 or 5 straight on us, and I think at that point in time, appealing to their pride, so to speak, worked with that group. That group, I didn't have to say a whole lot. The team kind of figured that out. I think as a coach, you need to see where your team is, and I think right now our focus really needs to be on what Kentucky needs to do well, and we need to understand that we're going to be playing a well-prepared, well-coached opponent on Sunday, and we'll have to do some good things to win the game.
Has Jen O'Neill been practicing?
She was out for the game Wednesday, and we were real disappointed at that because she had been doing so well, and I was a bit concerned that maybe she was going to miss some time. And Courtney Jones, our trainer, did such a great job, and Jen was real dedicated, and over the course of a couple of days, really made some improvements, got feeling better, and she had a good practice yesterday. So we'll see how she is today. We're hopeful that she's not too sore or anything, but it's looking good for her right now.
Do you like where your team is, given right now? You said
I like this opportunity to see. I know that they've gotten better, and I know that they've improved. I want them to prove it to themselves that they have really made some strides over the last 3 or 4 weeks. We clearly didn't perform well on the road against a top team the last time, and I'd like for them to show themselves that they are improving, and I think we'll be better a month from now than we are, but we have an opportunity to show where we've progressed over the last few weeks. They've worked real hard. So that's what I like about this. I like the opportunity that we have.
Do you like that Kentucky is introducing another football coach up here now?
Absolutely. I love that, and happy that Coach Stoops is on board, and we wish him all the best.
You answered the question. You must be reading my mind because you answered the question. I was going to ask you the Baylor game. What did that expose, and how much progress have you made leading from on what you wanted to those specific points between now and now when you're playing another really good team in Louisville?
The Baylor game, the more that I look at it, I really take a lot of responsibility for that Baylor game. Trying to build the team and probably not giving them enough going into that game to be as successful as maybe we could have been, and that was definitely a game that if we didn't handle right could have discouraged us, but we tried to put that behind us. Clearly there were things we could learn and that we did learn. And so now it's an opportunity. This does not determine where we will end up in the season, but it is a great measuring stick right now for how far we've come since that game. And clearly we needed to improve from that night, and we have. And so that's what I just really want the players to put everything they can into this preparation. I know Louisville will be well prepared. I want Kentucky to be well prepared and go out and give a great effort, and I think that gives us a chance to win if we do those things.
What's the biggest concern about Louisville going in?
Just how smart their team is, and how they force you to make good decisions. They really put a great responsibility on our players to make good decisions, because they will try and confuse you, and you just watch game after game, and they just find those pressure points, and they put pressure there, and they see if a team will fold, right, and they do it. They win a bunch of games. So I think our decision making is really important, and the better decisions that we can make will lead to better plays, which keeps the energy down in that building, if at all possible. I know it'll be a fired up crowd, an energetic crowd. So I just think our mental approach to the game is my biggest concern. Can we make enough good plays to win? And I think a lot of it will come down to decision making.
Decision making is, a lot of it is sometimes on your point guard. You said when you saw the point guard of the future, you kind of know it. You just have a feel for it. Have you found that person?
I feel better about the last couple of weeks. I feel like Jennifer and Megan and Janae have made some progress. You know, you could watch the last two games, and I've tried to take the point guard responsibilities off of Janae, where she could just kind of think about playing with pace and playing with some toughness and kind of what we're about here at Kentucky, and I think that's helped her. She's, as you could see, really is a good shooter, can shoot the ball well, and has done that and scored. And I think she will end up being a really good point guard before it's all said and done. But I think the last couple of games gave her some confidence just back as a basketball player. And then Jennifer is really progressing well, and I think Megan can be a great change of pace from Jennifer. They're very different players. So I'm encouraged by that. I think that we're going to get some good play eventually out of our point guard. This is a tough game for a point guard. They will mix defenses really well. They will really try to make the people that they want to take the shot, and the point guard needs to do a good job against Louisville. So that is a concern going into the game. How well will we play there? So again, back to a little bit earlier, just a great opportunity to see where we are in that position.